The Esso 67X was born as a creative response to a major promotional campaign celebrating the 100th anniversary of Canada's Confederation in 1967. The Canadian branch of the Esso Oil Company wanted to offer something truly spectacular as a grand prize, and the Oldsmobile Toronado, already known as a luxurious and high-performance coupe, was chosen as the base. George Barris, the legendary Hollywood customizer behind the Batmobile and other television icons, was commissioned to transform the Toronado into something more than a car, a rolling lounge designed to capture the public's imagination. Barris cut and extended the car's body behind the doors, lengthening the wheelbase by about 15 inches, roughly 38 centimeters. He replaced the steel body panels with fiberglass and reshaped them into a futuristic, flowing form. The front end featured a long nose with hidden headlights and bold contours, while the roofline swept low and fast toward the rear, creating the look of a ground-bound spaceship. The Esso 67X managed to be both sleek and theatrical, a perfect fit for the optimism and futurism of the late 1960s. Inside, the Toronado was transformed into a luxurious living room on wheels. The passenger seat could swivel to face a wraparound rear sofa, while a pop-up table, built-in cooler, and dual radios with headphones created a mobile entertainment suite. It was as if Barris had predicted the idea of the family lounge decades before luxury SUVs would try the same concept. The craftsmanship blended futuristic comfort with show car extravagance, turning a production model into something out of a science fiction dream. Only 4 examples of the Esso 67X were built for Esso's Roadshow 67 promotional giveaway, with rumors of a 5th unit built for Barris himself. The contest encouraged Esso customers to collect game cards from gas stations across Canada, each card printed with a safety slogan. Completing the full set allowed participants to enter the draw for one of these extraordinary custom cars. It was a campaign that mixed national celebration, marketing creativity, and automotive artistry all in one. The cost of each Esso 67X was staggering for the time, around US $52,000 per car, a figure that dwarfed even Cadillac's most expensive models of 1967. In fact, period reports joked that one 67X cost more than all 67 Cadillacs combined. Such extravagance made the car both a publicity sensation and a true collector's piece. After the promotion ended, the cars scattered into private hands. Some winners used them as family vehicles for a while before they faded into obscurity. Decades later, a few surviving units resurfaced in Canada, one even appearing in museum exhibits. Each rediscovery rekindled fascination with the boldness of the Esso 67X project, an emblem of how imagination and corporate showmanship could merge to produce a rolling piece of mid-century art. Even today, the Esso 67X stands as a testament to an era when design dared to dream. It represents a moment when cars were more than transportation. They were visions of the future sculpted in fiberglass, chrome, and sheer creativity. The story of the Esso 67X doesn't end with its dazzling debut in 1967. In the years that followed, this custom Toronado became something of a mystery, one of those lost legends that car enthusiasts whispered about but few had ever seen in person. Its unusual design, promotional origins, and limited production run made it almost mythical among collectors. When one of the original cars eventually resurfaced decades later, it reignited fascination with a forgotten chapter in both Canadian and automotive history. Barris's craftsmanship had ensured that the Esso 67X wasn't just a showpiece but a fully functional road car. Beneath the fiberglass bodywork lay Oldsmobile's 425 cubic inch rocket V8 engine, producing around 385 horsepower through the innovative front-wheel drive system that made the Toronado famous. For its time, the combination of power, luxury, and style was groundbreaking. Yet what truly set the Esso 67X apart wasn't its performance, it was its vision. The car embodied the forward-thinking spirit of the 1960s, when technology and imagination seemed to have no limits. The promotional campaign itself became a marketing legend. Families across Canada visited Esso service stations to collect cards, each one stamped with a safety message and a piece of optimism about the nation's centennial. The promise of winning one of Barris's futuristic creations captured the hearts of drivers young and old. It was a masterstroke of advertising, turning the simple act of buying fuel into an adventure tied to national pride and the dream of owning something utterly unique. As the decades passed, the surviving examples of the 67X began to gain attention once more. One car, long hidden in private ownership, reappeared at an exhibition in British Columbia, where it stunned younger generations who had never imagined that Canada once had its very own concept car, designed by the king of customizers himself. Photographs revealed the car's incredible details, the sweeping chrome accents, the distinctive rear deck with its sculpted lines, and the gleaming Esso emblems that connected it forever to its corporate roots. Today, the Esso 67X stands as both a cultural artifact and a work of art. It symbolizes an age when automakers and advertisers weren't afraid to think extravagantly, to build something that served no purpose other than to inspire. Each surviving 67X is a rolling time capsule, encapsulating the optimism, ambition, and unfiltered creativity of the 1960s. Collectors view it not only as a piece of automotive history but as a tangible expression of imagination at its boldest. In a world now dominated by uniform designs and digital marketing, the Esso 67X reminds us of a time when companies would commission wild, one-off creations simply to make people dream. It represents a rare moment when engineering, art, and national pride intersected, when a car could embody both the hope of a country's future and the flair of Hollywood design. More than half a century later, the Esso 67X remains a gleaming symbol of what happens when creativity has no limits and when even a gas station promotion can make history on four wheels. In the years following its brief fame, the Esso 67X gradually slipped from public memory, yet its legend endured among enthusiasts who remembered the extravagant promotion that once captured Canada's imagination. According to accounts from surviving owners and restorers, the cars eventually found their way into private hands, their condition ranging from preserved originals to long-forgotten relics left to age quietly in garages. One of these survivors, rediscovered in British Columbia, underwent a careful restoration that brought its dramatic fiberglass panels and glittering chrome details back to life. Those who have seen the restored 67X in person describe it as a time capsule, its sweeping proportions, turbine-like tail design, and lavish interior offering a glimpse into a 1960s dream of what the future of motoring might look like. The swiveling seats, integrated radio system, and wraparound rear sofa still astonish visitors today, reminding them that Barris's imagination often ran decades ahead of mainstream automotive design. George Barris himself later reflected on the Esso project as one of his more unusual commissions. Unlike the Hollywood cars built for TV and film, the 67X had to function as both a real car and a national showpiece. It needed to survive long promotional tours, handle long-distance drives, and still appear flawless when displayed under bright lights at events. That balance between function and fantasy became one of Barris's trademarks, and the Esso 67X was one of his proudest examples. As for its legacy, the Esso 67X stands not merely as a promotional novelty, but as a rare collaboration between corporate marketing and artistic vision. It remains a reminder that Canada, too, has contributed to the global culture of automotive showmanship. Each surviving car, scarce, valuable, and deeply symbolic, tells a story about creativity at full throttle and the optimism of a century-celebrating nation. More than 50 years later, the Esso 67X still embodies the magic of possibility. A car that dared to look ahead, dreamed big, and rolled straight into history.